it's Kelly Martin from Kelly Martin Books, and the lighting's terrible, of course, which we have a reason for it to be terrible because I am in my bedroom getting over surgery. But this came in the mail today, and I wanted to film it and talk a little bit about something that I've never actually seen talked about on authortube or booktube really, and that is when a book goes out of print. This is my very first book. It came in the mail today. I'm not really sure why, but it did. Somebody sent it to me. Maybe I ordered it when I was, on pain medicine. I don't think I did, but who knows. This is Crossing the Deep. It was my very, very, very first book. It is a young adult Christian book, and I wrote it Nano of 2011, and it was published by Stray Press in October of 2012. I met so many people that I'm still friends with now because of this book and because of Stray Press. I learned about edits. I didn't know anything about publishing until I made or got published for this book. Covers, and I still love this cover. Isn't she pretty? And fonts and different kinds of edits, and what the difference from developmental edits was than other edits and galley edits and everything. So yeah, this book is I don't remember if I said it or not, but it's not going to be published anymore because the publisher is going out of business, and that's something you don't really think about when you put a book out. Is either your publisher could go out of business, or they don't publish your book forever. Some of the bigger companies, you get published for maybe 3 or 4 years, and then they don't put any more paperbacks out. Maybe the ebook is out, but they don't put the paperbacks out. So it's a very different feeling when your book is that you worked on so hard and you had so much to think about and so much to do and so much excitement. And I remember taking the cover concept to school and showing some of the teachers, and a lot of them's not even there anymore, about what it looked like, and they were so excited. So it's and I know I can self-publish it if I wanted to, but I don't know. I don't think I will, because it's such a nostalgic thing. I rewrote this book 4 times from beginning to end, and then I edited. It went through 19 editing passes before it came out. And the funny thing is, this is a young adult Christian book. I don't really even write. Well, I don't write Christian books, like intentionally Christian books anymore. Like I wouldn't put any of them in like the Christian category, but you know what I mean. But I went from writing young adult Christian to horror. But there is one of the scariest scenes I ever wrote is in this book, and it was actually inspired by the movie It in my little young adult Christian book. And it's a dream sequence. And if you've ever seen It, there's a scene where Henry Bowers, who is the scariest person ever, is in the asylum, and Belch, his friend, is under the bed, and he looks terrible. And that is kind of how this book it goes with this book. It's in a dream sequence in here, and I always put scary things in my book, but I just never noticed it until 2016. So I'd been published for 4 years, and it finally dawned on me that you should probably write scary books, because you put scary things in all your books. So that's what started that. But I think I love this book. I think it's one of my best books, actually. But yeah, this is who I dedicated it to God. Without him, none of this would have happened. To my daughters, I love you. Thank you for being excited and so patient. Bless their hearts. They were 6, 5, and 1 when this book came out. To my mama and husband, my sisters-in-law, thank you for encouraging me. For Kathy, who's my sister. for reading every draft of this book and being through every step of this wild ride. We went through so many takes on what I was going to name the main character in this book, because originally her name was going to be Ruth, and then I switched it to Rachel. The first 3 drafts, her name was Ruth, and then I switched it to Rachel. And then to my daddy, I wish you could be here to see this. He would have been proud. He died 19 years ago. So, yeah. This is the prologue. This was the scene, the video that I tried to shoot before that wouldn't work. I tried to shoot it last week. It was about how to get ideas. This was the very first way that I got an idea on how to write this book, and this was I just kind of had this like, what if there's like this picture of this mine with this girl that had red hair, and she was laying in a forest and she was unconscious. I didn't know if she was dead, and there was a boy who was kneeled down beside of her and he was crying, and that's where that came from, and it became the prologue. And then we went to the first chapter. I loved Asher. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I shouldn't read it while I'm doing this, but I wish you could see it better. I don't know why I'm showing you. It's not gonna be in print anymore, or in ebook, or in any way, shape, or form to get. I'm gonna cry. I've been crying a lot lately, you know, hormones. Asher Jenkins shouldn't have been in the church van. He was neither religious nor a church member, 2 qualities everyone else on the trip shared. Asher knew all too well there were worse places he could be, much worse places, and that realization put him in the seat next to his best friend, Sid. Oh my goodness. That was our church treasurer's name, Miss Reba. Put her in here. But yeah, it's so different and so sad. I can't tell you how many times I rewrote this blurb. I mean, just for queries and for this back cover blurb. I almost got an agent with this book, but she liked it, but she wasn't sure about a young adult Christian book. She said if it had been, you know, adult, she would have definitely taken it on. And yeah, a lot of things changed with this book. I'm not gonna promise I'm not gonna cry, but you know. So yeah, it's a lot when your books are no longer gonna be in print, or no longer out in the world, or when your publisher decides that they're not gonna be, you know, publishing anymore. This is a different publisher from the one before. And this one has actually hit me harder because this was, you know, it's my first book baby. And we had like a little cake and little party when this book came out. And, you know, I was so proud. And I'm still proud of it. I'm still very proud of this book. And whoever sent this to me, and if it was me, thank me. And whoever sent it, thank you, because I've been all nostalgic looking through it. I'm really going to miss this being available on Amazon. And it's just got a lot. And I wouldn't have written any more books if it wasn't for this one and the things that I learned. And my editor, or one of my editors for another book, she still does my covers. And yeah, so it's sad that, you know, I mean, it's been 10 years. Oh, you know, the funny part was I was so naive. I thought this was definitely going to hit the USA Today bestsellers list, and I actually checked the list. I'm so embarrassed to tell you that, but I was sure that it was going to hit some kind of list. You know, 12 years later, I've never been on the USA Today list or any best-selling list. That was how much hope I had back then. But yeah, so there's a lot of emotions right now. There's a lot of, you know, pride and and sadness and happiness that this showed up today, and really happiness because I have a video to show you, which I wasn't sure I was going to. So I'm filming this on Thursday. It will be up on Monday, and I hope that everything is going well for you. It's going well for me so far. Reading and relaxing and getting in very much, trouble when I get up and do too much. So everybody's taking very good care of me. If you want to read Crossing the Deep before it goes out, I'll put the link in the description, but I don't know how long it'll be there. It's a very, very strange feeling when your book baby goes out of print and nobody really prepares you for it, because it's not something you ever really think about. And there are things you can do, like I said, I'll get my rights back. I could put it out again. I could put it on my website, which I might. There's different things that I can do, but and I know I'm lucky that it was up for 10 years, and a lot of people don't get that. But yeah, there's different things you can do, different things I can do, different options. But for right now, I kind of just want to hold the paperback and, feel the feelings. If you have any suggestions on what I could do with a book going out of print, or if you've been through books going out of print, let me know in the comments, and we'll see if I can think of something. Alright guys, this is one last flip through of my very first book. My goodness. Wow. The memories. I learned how to write a synopsis because of this book. And back cover blurs because of this book. This was actually my query. My actual query. And they just tweaked it just a little, put it on the back cover. My goodness. Oh, man. At least we have options now. I don't know how I would have felt way back in yonder land when you didn't have any options, when your book went out of print. So, yeah. Alright guys, I hope you are doing well. Thank you for watching this and going through my nostalgia. I hope everything is doing great for you, and I hope to talk to you again next week. Thanks for being here. Subscribe if you want to see more writer things and reader things. And I'll see you later. Bye.